this one.
Yeah.
Controversial. Right, hello and welcome to Gaming the System. This is one of our bonus rounds where we are going to possibly talk about the most controversial topic we could and that we have ever discussed, and we'll probably get the most backlash on, which is what are the most overrated games? What are our top 8 overrated games? Games that your mate's sitting there going on about, going, oh, it's amazing. You're like, it's really not all that. Anyway, so I am going to let Matt kick off with the drawing the ire of the fans of a game. And so, Matt, what would you like to put at number 1?
Okay, my number 1 is Mario. Anything to do with Mario.
Sorry, that's all we have time for now.
Because I just watched them. I think the two things that I was aware of, Crash Bandicoot and Mario, they were like the two things. And I played Crash Bandicoot, and that's a masterpiece. And I look at Mario, and I've just, every single time I look at it, it's the biggest thing ever. And I go, what? You jump about and you bounce on things in a 2D line. Who cares? And that's just been my overwhelming response whenever I see anything to do with Mario. Mario Kart, Mario anything. I just couldn't care less, in my opinion. And if you love it, that's great. That's great. Good for you. But it's not for me in the slightest.
Right, well, we will be scheduling an hour's show where I make Matt play Mario Galaxy amongst any anyway. No, that's fair enough. This is the whole point of today, is that we are being controversial. So, Jem, what are you going to put at number 2 of our most overrated games?
Minecraft. Now, I have to say that we played quite a lot of Minecraft in our house in the years, on the surface it feels like a game that should really work for me, because I do quite like those kind of little games, and I almost did, and my daughter almost liked it. And but I just find it mostly boring, actually. I think it's frustrating and boring, and I don't understand why it's so massively popular. I think there are other games out there that do a similar thing and do it better. So for me, I'm not detracting from the amazing things where people have built entire cities, or, like the world and everything. And there's definitely an element of me that enjoys that. But I can't get over how annoying it is to have to dig a hole and stay in the dark waiting until morning so you can go out and be safe. And then you find, or just getting lost in a mine or stuck somewhere, or so. Yeah, I just found it really, really frustrating, and I just don't. It does. And also, I think it's a game that should really easily port to the mobile or to a tablet, and I know that they have done that. But I just cannot make it work on those things. I can't move anything around. It's just too confusing. So I feel like it's something that, it just doesn't work for me, and I'm sorry.
No, we're getting all the controversy. I mean, honestly, I actually like Minecraft should be one that I love, because that's exactly the sort of games I play, and all the games I play do involve me sitting inside at night time waiting for it to be safe to go outside. But I actually have never got on with Minecraft, and I think, as you say, there are other games that do it better. Wow, so we've pissed off the Nintendo community and the Minecraft community. Very few gamers left. Alex, who are you? Who's next?
This is probably the least controversial of my picks, and it is the first Watch Dogs game, which came out a little while ago. But I think it was trying to be, like, obviously the idea was really cool, and I think it was trying to be edgy in terms of the plot and the character, and hook you in that way, but it just really didn't come off at all. And it was quite repetitive once you got over the novelty of it, I would say. And also, maybe on a personal level, I just don't really connect with Chicago in any way. Like, I don't really, because obviously we don't live in America. So it's, And then, but I just found it disappointing in terms of the character was just really boring. The main character, Aidan, I think his name was. I'm struggling to remember, but it was very sort of one note, gruff voice, trench coat, hat. I'm going to be edgy and dark because my family died. Revenge story. But yeah, it didn't quite come off. Having said that, I am looking forward to the latest Watch Dogs because it's very much a different take. But yeah, it just didn't hit the right note for me, unfortunately.
No,
And it's set in London too.
Yes, the third one, yeah.
No, the good thing is that actually segues nicely into my choice for number 4, which is, because it's for quite similar reasons, is Red Dead Redemption. So I'm talking mostly about the first one. The second one, all right, fine. They put some more flashier stuff in, and there was some train chasers and stuff. Hey, you slagged off Mario, Matt. I'm allowed to like that. But I mean, the first, I to be honest with you, I only watched my other half play the second one because the experience of playing the first one had just bored me so senseless. I don't like westerns. I never have done. I think there is something entirely. It is in some ways the embodiment of toxic masculinity, the idea that cowboys and westerns is actually an interesting thing because, you know, all the women in those situations are either whores or victims or domestic servants of some sort. So it's not a great game for women, let's be clear. Although I've seen some really cool Gamer Girl Red Dead Redemption costume designs on subreddits, but... and I just don't like westerns, and I didn't care, and I had to keep walking around feeding my bloody horse, and, you know, and it's all very morally murky, and yeah, I'm sorry, the first Red Dead Redemption was enough to make me not want to play the second one, even though I appreciate the second one was more flashy, and as we learned from our quizzing, the most expensive video game of all time. So yeah, I'm slagging off Red Dead Redemption there.
I played Red Dead Redemption 2 first, and then played the first one, and so I wasn't jaded.
I'm always jaded, Matt. What do you want to put in 7th place then, Matt? Not 7th. God, I can't count. 5th.
5th place is Fortnite.
Oh, I was going to say that.
I was on my list as well, and I actually.
So you get 100 people. You throw them into an island, you get killed, and you have to wait half an hour for everyone else to be killed. And there's no story. You look stupid. It's all the graphics. Who cares about the graphics? They're rubbish. You look stupid. It's simple and stupid and bollocks. And hundreds of millions of people play it. And it's people think it's the greatest thing that's ever existed, and it's just an absolute waste of time. If you're going to have, it's a fun concept, and now everyone does it, but there are a billion better ways to do it. Why don't you just play a nice story game, something where you're not. I hate only online multiplayer games because they create something and then go, okay, you make your own drama out of it, rather than constructing something where they build drama and you experience it. So I hate everything about it.
I'm going to dive in now and do mine as number 6 because I did write Fortnite originally and then crossed it out and thought, actually, what I'm going to talk about is the grown-up version of Fortnite, which is PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which I would say is equally overrated. And for similar reasons, I mean, frankly, you look even sillier than you do in Fortnite. At least you've got cool costumes in Fortnite to download. In PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, it's like a really shit version of COD as well, because you all jump out of a plane and like they try and get their ideas that it's tactical about when you jump out of the plane. Ooh, you can go closer for the better weapons, or you can stay far out. But it's essentially the same concept as Fortnite, but with flashier graphics, terrible UI and control system. Like the fact that we couldn't work out when we first played it how to access the sight on your gun. It's a pretty important thing generally in a game like this. Ended up having to look it up online. That's not the sign of a good UI or a good system of controlling whatsoever. And again, I mean, you know, Matt, you say that. I love games where you make your own drama and where it's your own thing, but the way PUBG as we like to call it, is designed with the constant inching you in with the radiation. You don't actually get enough time to make your own story and your own drama out of it. It's just like, quick, pushing you, and you're dead. And it is just like, it plays to the lowest common denominator in terms of short attention spans, grinding to spend hours just being good at something, or in fact just putting on cheats, which is what's going on. So yeah, you're going for Fortnite.
So much. To buy so much shit, and they make billions.
Yep. So yeah, I'm putting PlayerUnknown's Battleground there at number 6 to go next to Fortnite. So Alex, number 7.
Okay, it would be Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's got nothing to do with the fact that I'm not very good at the combat. Just to put that out there. I don't like it. I don't understand it. I just don't. Yeah, combat's a problem for me because I just don't understand it at the moment, and it's not very intuitive. Also, I find it really annoying in every cutscene. Every character has to make little noises, like little sighs, and like when they run, they're like, but like really loud, and it's just so annoying. I don't know what it is, but it's like, it's fine in an anime because that's animated. For some reason, that's less irritating to me. But because of the game cutscenes, it just feels like everything's over the top and they're all being really dramatic. Because, and also, it's really boring. I find it boring so far. Anyway, because like,
I love that we were worried about this being controversial, but actually we didn't realise we were going to piss each other off.
Sorry. But no, I mean, I've beaten the first boss, right? And we've gone to the slums, and then they're all like, oh, go clear out the monsters. No, I can't be asked. And Cloud can't be asked either. And that's like coming back to me and thinking, well, yeah, maybe you should sort out your own monsters instead. Yes. No, and also Tifa, I can't get on board with how Tifa looks, the way she's dressed. Stamp-sized skirt, postage stamp size. Can't say it. But yes, basically the tiniest skirt you've ever seen, with like suspenders to hold up over her shoulders and a tank top. And like every shot in the cutscenes tends to focus on the middle part of a woman's body before it goes to their face, which I notice quite a lot. It's just irritating generally on a low level. And also the boss fights are really hard and not intuitive. So I'm not having a strop at all. It's fine.
Wow. Okay. So after that, let's come to Final Fantasy fan Gem for the 8th on the list, or possibly for.
Well, I'm just trying to free up enough space to download it, actually. I haven't got that one, the new one. I played the original. I don't know how much they've changed, so I'll reserve my judgment of you, Alex, until I played it. So I really struggled with this one, and I just was looking through my Steam library to see whether there was anything that popped out of there. But because I'm always banging on about this, but because I'm very time poor when it comes to gaming, I'm very careful about what I play, and I check that I do spend a lot of time researching it. So I don't play a lot of games that are disappointing, but I do have to say that I think Sims 3 would have to come into this as an overrated game. I love The Sims, and I played the original Sims obsessively for a ridiculously long time. I completely built my whole house and lived my life, my real life. I lived it in a game. It was amazing. But this was before World of Warcraft, so then I moved into a new fantasy world. But I found Sims 3 felt like it should be so exciting because, it was like the next level, and it isn't. They just didn't really. Whatever they did just didn't quite work. It doesn't feel better. It actually feels less immersive and less engaging than the first earlier versions. And I think it's a real shame. I think it's a real opportunity missed, and yet it does get a lot of love out there. So maybe I'm missing something, or perhaps people came in at 3 and never knew, because I think that's the thing, isn't it? As you want a progression in games, I think, and so I think sometimes it feels a bit like, well, I'm paying for a new game, but I'm getting basically the same game with pretty graphics, or in the case of so many of these advances, a worse game with prettier graphics, So I think that's why I put Sims 3 in there.
No, and the first game I actually ever bought on Steam was Sims 3. And I agree with absolutely everything you said there. I could have said just what you said just then. Whole life in the original Sims, genuinely used to. I'm a little younger than you, Jem, and so mine was more. I was creating teenage drama, so the other houses had all my friends and the boys they fancied and the girls they fancied, and I was just creating all the drama all over it. And yeah, Sims 3, I found a real disappointment actually when I finally got round to playing it. Cool. So we've been gaming the system. We've been controversial and told you why all these games that are massive fans are overrated. And we've possibly upset each other. And I didn't even say Assassin's Creed, and I thought it. But anyway.
I was worried. I wasn't worried. I was thinking, I wonder.
I don't have enough Assassin's Creed experience to say it's overrated yet. So, anyway. We've been gaming the system. Please do like, share, subscribe. We will have something for you every 7 p.m. on a Thursday. There's stuff on Apple that you're meant to do, like review and comment on our podcast, subscribe on Spotify, ring the bell. I don't know, whatever else it is that people do on the socials, do it. Thank you and goodbye. My mouse has gone to sleep. There we go. Stop recording.
We hope you enjoyed that episode of Gaming the System. If you want to support us, you can donate to us through our PayPal by sending it to wearegamingthesystem@gmail.com if you want to send us a one-off donation. If you want to donate to us monthly, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/gamingthesystem. Until next time, bye-bye.